Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a back to school makeup look. This is inspired just slightly by the makeup that Alexandra from Mleux wears. I think her makeup style is just so effortless and natural. Since I do have a lighter skin tone than she has, I will be using shades that suit me and that just match me better. I personally am not in school anymore. I actually just graduated university, but in case you are going back to school or to college, university, whatever, I just wish you the best of luck for this new school year. Study hard, it will pay out at the end. Trust me, I thought this day would never come that I would have like a bachelor's, but here I am. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this makeup look. I tried to have an assembly of different products. I have high-end, which actually I only have one high-end product if I'm not mistaken, and the rest is either drugstore or at least it's affordable. I will be starting with my concealer. I feel like I'll just call her Alex instead of her full name. I feel like her makeup look is always very natural. If you wanted, you could use a foundation. I'll just use my concealer like this. I try to give my skin the most breathing time, so I don't like to cake up my face completely with a layer. Especially for school, I think just a light layer of concealer where you have a little bit of redness, spots, I think does just the trick. But again, just adjust this to your own personal needs and liking. I'm using a little eyeshadow brush that is actually very good for concealer. It's from Mleux. It's the 550 and I really like it. It blends out everything very nicely and doesn't leave any streaks. This is how much concealer I would apply. I think it just covers a little bit of the darkness and I feel like just brightens the face without looking too masky. I'll continue with creams and then I'll add my powder last. So for my cream bronzer, I'm going to use the Catrice Melted Sun Cream Bronzer. I really enjoy this one. I have the shade 030 Pretty Tanned. I've also had 020 Beach Babe in the past, but this one is just slightly more brown, more warm, but not orangey warm. I really like this color and I just start at my forehead and just lightly blend that in. Now for blush, I like pinks. I feel like they just brighten you up, they make you look cute, fresh-faced all at once. I think it's just the perfect color. Obviously, if you have a very warm undertone, maybe go for something that's like a light peach. I want to use a light pink color from Essence. It's in the shade Tickle Me Pink. And this I'm blending out with my fingers instead of a brush. Whatever is left on my fingers, I will be applying that on my nose bridge. This is going to be an optional step, but I just feel more satisfied if I do this step. I'll be using a powder blush and adding it just very lightly on top. I feel like the key is here to not use a too pigmented blush, something more soft and milky like this one from Romance. This is Blueberry Chip, one of my favorites. I feel like it has to be light so that it just creates a little bit of that blurred airbrushed effect without adding like harsh edges or lines. And yes, I could have used just Blueberry Chip, but I feel like this way it also lasts a little longer. This cheek makeup is not going to, you know, slip and slide. It's going to stay put. Now that all the creams are done, I'm going to use the Essence Flawless Skin Trio. It comes with 3 shades and I just usually mix them all together. And I start at my under eye, sides of the nose, a little bit on the chin, and in between my eyebrows and on the brow. Now we can add a little bit of glow to the skin, so I'm using the Essence Gimme Glow Luminous Highlighter. This is in the shade Lovely Rose and it's a very pretty color. It's not too cool toned. And I actually swatched it next to MAC Soft and Gentle before I decluttered it because it was so old at this point. It's probably the prettiest highlighter out there, but I had that one for like 5+ years and I felt like it was unfortunately time to let it go. But I swatched it next to this Essence highlighter and the color was the same on my hand. Like the finish was not, but the color was identical. So I'm using this one today on my nose tip, Cupid's bow, and on my cheeks a little bit. Let's move on to the eyes. These are going to be very simple. Alex usually doesn't really do a lot of like crazy eyeshadow looks. I feel like her focal point is more so eyeliner, mascara, so I won't be experimenting too much. So I'll be taking the same highlighter, and I think I'll just use that on a fluffy brush and apply that onto my eyelid and in a corner. Whatever is left, I just apply that onto my brow bone. This way I feel like we have like a cohesive color like on the cheek, on the eye, and I feel like it just always looks good when you go for the same type of color all over. For a little bit of shadow in the crease, I'll be using my Peony Nude eyeshadow palette, and I'll be mixing this brown color and this brown color just on the outer corner and the crease right here. Let's move on to the eyeliner for now. I'll be going back to the palette to smoke out my eyeliner. I'm going to use a brown pencil gel liner, following along my upper lash line first, and then I do a wing. I'm going back to the Peony Nude palette, and I'm taking the dark color, smoking it out so it doesn't look as crisp. I do this by just going on top of the eyeliner, going a little bit above, just a little bit messily. It doesn't have to be perfect. I would say do the eyeliner as thick and as smoky, or as thin and as natural as you want it. This is just how it turned out today. I still think it's wearable. I don't ever do lower lash makeup, so I always feel like it looks wearable. So yeah, just again, adjust it to your own liking. This is just an inspiration. Now we can coat the lashes with mascara. I'm so in need to repurchase this. This is really just dry at this point. I feel like it doesn't really coat the lashes anymore. If you're looking for a drugstore mascara, this one is so good. If you struggle with your lashes drooping very quickly, I feel like this mascara will be your friend, because I have straight lashes, and once I curl them and apply this mascara, they stay up the entire day. And I usually only have that with Asian mascaras, so I like that I'm able to find something like this in the Western drugstore as well. We're almost finished. I'm just going to quickly fill in the brows. And very important for a long school day are brows that actually stay in place. So I'm using my Got To Be Glued for brows and edges. This is truly hairspray for your eyebrows. It really lasts. It's affordable relatively, like it's around $6, but you get a huge amount. Like this tube is full. It's 16 milliliters. That's a lot. Usually with eyebrow gels you get like 5 milliliters maybe. This is 16. You can also use it, like the name suggests, for your edges. So I really like this brow gel. It's waterproof, it's sweat proof. So this brow gel has always been one of my biggest recommendations if you want your brows to last the entire day. Right now I have a little bit of lip balm on. It is the Essence Juicy Balm Glossy Butter Balm. Oh my god, that was a mouthful now. It's this one, and this is a shade I recently got, which is just a clear version. It's a very melty lip balm, and I wanted it in this clear version because the other shades are pretty pigmented for my liking, just a little bit too much. So I went with the shade 06 Wake Me Up Before You Cocoa, because this smells like coconuts. Again, it's just clear. Have a little bit of that one on still. This is probably something that I would throw into my purse if I was going to school, so I can just reapply whenever I need it. But I want to do a different lip combo. Let me just line my lips with Nude Truffle from NYX, just to create a soft little contoured outline. Not too much, just a little bit. So on to the only high-end product. This is not even in comparison to other brands and products at Sephora that expensive. It's the R.E.M. Beauty Glossy Balm. This is in the shade Skinny Dripped, and it's just a very cool toned light pink color. Kind of a little bit thick but not sticky lip balm in gloss formula. It's hydrating, it stays a long time because it is a little bit more like gripping onto the lip, and I think the color is perfect because it's milky but not too much, so I feel like it still manages to look natural. without making my lips look extra pale. And this, you guys, finishes my Alex inspired summer kind of back to school makeup look. I hope that you try it out. Let me know how you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Helps my video and my channel out to reach more people, and it means so much to me. I would also love if you subscribe and stick around for my next video, and I guess we'll see each other very soon. Until then, please take good care, and again, good luck in your new school year. Bye.